Greetings. How's it going?
Yo.
You have something to say about today's show?
A lot of hot dog to fit in a little bun today. A lot of hot dog.
It's the NFL special here,
It
Talking
is.
Trash style. Kyle Goyette over there, Josh Goyette in the middle, Piche on the end. We're all representing our favorite teams today, but I think by the time we get to the end of the show, our teams are going to bow out very, very early. Before we dig into the
I don't know about very, very early, but at some point.
Some earlier than others. Some will be enjoying golf very early.
That's right.
So before we get into the NFL special, I just want to mention real quick that
Yeah, let's
UVM's club football team is going to have their first home game this Saturday at 7 p.m. at Burlington High School on their brand new field. You got to go check it out and support them. They won their first game against the North Berkshire Knights down in New Hampshire, 17-12. So go support them as they're looking for their first home win and their first home UVM game in years. So I think since like 74. So get out there and check it out. Undefeated they are. They'll be taking on the Vermont Ravens, which is the other local semi-pro team we have that combats with the Ice Storm.
Good, so.
Well, yeah, but they've been playing together probably longer than the club team.
This is
so
true.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes. But we'll be out of town, so I can't make it, unfortunately. But good luck to them and their
all of us will be out of town.
Yes, and more on that towards the end of the show.
Yes.
We're going to be at the season opening game. That'll be good.
Yep.
But let's dig into the NFL.
Wait, I want to get the other stuff out of the way.
Oh, okay. What else do you have?
All right. Well, Clay Buchholz threw the no-hitter. So we got that out of the way. I like him. He's a good young kid. And yes, I said it. I like the Red Sox. Believe it or not, I do like him.
Whoa.
Anyway, Appalachian State beat Michigan. Probably the biggest upset of all time.
You're just gonna
I don't know
steal
if
them
it
all?
Yes, all right.
I just wanted to
Sure.
get them out of the way because I know this is going to
Sure.
take a long time.
I dislike
So let's-
Michigan with
I
just
dislike
about everything
Michigan
that I
too.
have running through these veins here. And thank God that they lost to App State.
I'm going to go out on a limb, I guess, and say that Michigan doesn't have a winning record, doesn't make a bowl game.
Well, I don't know if I get that.
Maybe
right.
not.
going there.
Maybe not.
This could fire them up. App State, like we were saying before the show, might be a little bit better than we think.
They could be.
I'm going to take off the shades.
Might be time to bump them up. Who knows?
I don't know. Are we ready for the niffle now?
I think we need to do it.
I know you've been ready for
Wait,
the
wait,
NFL
wait.
I
for
have
months.
been-
Don't you have another thing here that you want to mention about that?
Oh my
Oh.
God!
The
Another
football?
thing.
I'll mention it at the end of the show.
All right.
I'll mention it at the end of the show.
Because I've been waiting like months for this.
He is. You're salivating. In
I
fact,
am.
I'm going to let you go ahead and start.
I have to start.
Well,
I don't know how.
what
are
I'd
we
like
gonna
to do is
here?
try to go through each conference, and we'll break down each conference, and then at the end, we'll kind of go through who we all think is going to win. We'll kind of just wrap it up in a nice little package
All
with
right.
our playoff system. I have a presentation on the side here that we
All
can
right.
get to later.
All right. Well, I'll start in the stronger of the two conferences, the AFC.
Yes.
All right. I have the East wrote down first.
Let's fire
so,
away the East.
So basically, I don't really. I mean, I hate the Patriots, but is there a team better than the Patriots in the East? I don't believe so. I think the Jets are still going to be pretty good, but I think it's going to be tough to really overtake the Patriots at least this season. I'll move to the West now.
Whoa. You're just, let's
it?
get in on the East.
Okay,
Yes,
so let's do
yeah.
AFC
You
East.
hosted
All right.
the East
All
now.
right,
You've
all right.
given us your
AFC
take. Now let's hear what Josh has to say about
Okay,
AFC.
okay.
Let's stay with
The East, I agree with Kyle's prediction here of the East. I think the Patriots remain the supreme team to beat in the East. But I think that the Jets, just like last year, are going to have pretty much identical records. They didn't really get any better. They didn't get any worse. They're going to make a run, but still going to fall short.
Yeah, I want to disagree with you guys to a certain degree. Obviously not a big Pats fan, but they're still the class of the AFC East. The Jets knock a little bit on the door. I'm still not sold on Chad Pennington as a big-time leader for them. I don't think
Chad
he's enough to
Pennington's
really
good.
challenge the Pats. The Bills, I think, could be a surprise team this year if JP
Possibly.
Losman plays within himself. I think they've done a lot of work to improve their offensive line and their
They've
defensive
lost a lot
line,
of key
which is where they
guys.
had a lot of problems.
They've lost a lot of key guys like London Fletcher, Nate
True.
Clements, Willis McGahee.
True. I'm not saying there aren't holes, but
Still
I'm saying
think the Bills will
they
be
could make
better
a run
than
at
the
second.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah. The
I
Dolphins
think the Dolphins
aren't even worth
are
discussing.
Really in a real rebuilding
They
stage
took the
right
Chiefs' loser quarterback, Trent
Yeah,
Green,
pretty much.
and despite his numbers, the guy was never really a winner.
So
So
we all pretty
good
much
luck with that,
agree.
Dolphins.
Patriots, Jets, Bills, Dolphins.
I would have to concur with
in
that,
that order.
as being
Wow, that's-
your pretty solid AFC
Wow.
East. Can we move to the North then?
The
Pats
North,
fans
yes.
loving that, by the way, but they pretty much knew that.
Yeah,
So they were not
whatever.
even surprised. They're like, in fact, Pat fans at this point, remember like 10 years ago when Pat fans were like, yeah, I like the Pats. And it wasn't easy to find them either.
Yep.
They've all
Yep.
come out of their shell since
Yes,
they
they
started
have.
to win,
Yes,
by the
they
way.
have.
Yeah, congratulations, you
I
bandwagon
think we've mentioned
fans.
this
But,
several times.
and then the
anyway.
first time you talk to somebody, they're always like, "Oh, I've been a fan of the Pats my whole life." But anyway, the whole point is that now that their fans have gotten to the point where they've gone past the I'm a Pats fan, kind of low. Now they're arrogant about it, and they just expect to win every year.
Yep.
So that's kind of annoying in itself. Chill out, Pats. You're still good, but you're not the cream of the crop yet anymore. All right, let's hit the North.
Are you kicking it off with the North?
I'll kick off the North.
All right.
I think the Ravens are the best team in the North. I know a lot of people like Bengals here, but I just see the Bengals having no defense. They didn't do anything to strengthen their defense, and I'm just not sold on them having enough in that category to always keep outscoring teams. I know they can score in bunches, but I like the Ravens to walk away with the North and the Bengals come in second. The Steelers and Browns, God, if you could tie for third, they'll probably find a way to do it. A lot of people think the Steelers are going to break out because they got Willie Parker, but they got a new coach. They had a crappy year last year, and I'm just not sold on the Steelers as being a legitimate team right now.
All right. I am one of those people that think the Bengals have enough offense and know they don't really need the defense because the objects can put points on the board. I think they squeak out a good 10-6 record and make the playoffs and leave the Ravens in second place. Yeah?
Okay, well, I didn't know that I was going to agree with Josh on this, but yeah, I think the Bengals are really going to surprise some people this year. Normally when a quarterback has ACL surgery, not their first season, but their second season from coming back from that, they usually have a very good season. Carson Palmer.
Palmer had a good season last year.
What?
Palmer had a good season last
He
year.
had an okay season last year. I mean, the Bengals didn't make the playoffs. I think this is going to be the year that Carson Palmer really has a great season. Ocho Cinco says he wants to break receiving records. He wants to receive for over 2,000 yards. Will that happen? Probably not, but he might get close to the record. I think Ocho Cinco is going to have a really good year. I think that offense is great. You did mention the defense. The defense, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing special, but like Josh said, putting points on the board
It's no Ravens D.
can be more